And we've got some great data to look at. Okay, so we have all of our offer information, or we have all of our data about that offer or where it was. Now, this is why I was explaining earlier that we need to have not only offer there, but offer over here where we had, if you remember before, it was 224, 17, etc. It's because, I'll be honest, SAS overwrites that. Okay. And what we need to look at here is the clusters that they were assigned and the distance that they have. Okay. So let's just look at this for a minute. We're going to look at cluster 1. Now we've got cluster 1, and these are all the individual customers. Okay. Your job is to figure out what the relationship is between all these customers. That jigsaw puzzle. You've got the pieces, now you got to put them together. Okay. Now, cluster 2 and cluster 3. So your job is to use this data here to see if there's any relationship. Okay. Now, one way that I like to do that, okay, is I like to take all the offer information into a new sheet, and I like to do, since we did 3 clusters, 1, 2, 3, and I like to do some count ifs. Count ifs. Okay, the range, so this range here is the same as A2. And then go back here, the cluster assignment, and now you'll see why I put a 1 up here, is the same as this. So what this has just done, I know I did this very fast, is count if a customer bought offer 2 and they were assigned to cluster 1. That's why we did the count ifs with an S at the end. Okay, now we're going to have to do some careful freeze painting here. For example, I1, we're going to want to freeze the 1 because we're going to drag this across. And we're going to want to freeze the A from A2. So we'll put a $sign there. And we're going to want to freeze the reference column AA and the K's. Only thing that's moving is going down for offer and to the right for these things here. And I like to do some data ink here. Okay. I also would say copy paste special values if you're going to do this. So now, oops, little but, I really hate that. It auto sizes when you do the filter here. So now what you could do is you could do this. Now, one thing that I would have you do next is, I don't know if you know this, you've ever seen this in Excel, but you can take all this information and go to data, remove duplicates, because we have duplicates. We pasted over 300 rows basically. Hit OK. We will have 32 unique rows, 1 for each offer. Okay. And what we're looking at here is, are there any relationships between these offers? If we had 21 customers by this one and 14 by this one, and they were all assigned to this cluster. So if I take these heavy hitters, usually you take 3 to 5, and go over to this data over here, Is there a relationship with this data? Is there something in this data set that makes sense? There's something in this data set that makes sense. For example, with some of these heavy hitters, I'm seeing France lining up. Okay. I'm seeing December, November, October here. Does that mean it's the last quarter, the last group in the year? Right here, I'm seeing several Marches in a row. So you have to play with this. Now, I'll be honest with you, 3 clusters here, that's not enough clusters, and that's why I'm assigning you homework to do 5 clusters. So go ahead and have fun with this. Get to this point. Remember, I did the count ifs. And just have fun. This is the marketing part. This is the part where you go to marketing and say, hey, here's cluster 1. Here's what's being said about cluster 1. They're all in March. They're all in February, January, March. Don't really advertise to this cluster outside of January, February, March. And you could even say, well, I got a couple hits here. So, include that. And the reason I say that is because you've got some good products here. You have product information here, right? So that's really how you use this cluster analysis. For me, cluster analysis versus regression, this is more investigative, right? You've had the algorithm do its work, do its mutating, do its centroid analysis, do its distancing, and now you get to decide, hopefully with education and study, you get to decide what you're going to tell marketing, what you're going to show marketing. Great. Thanks.